Hey, cutie pies, I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is the Young and the Restless edition. All right, guys, let's get right into this. We Today is Wednesday, October the 26th, 2022. On a scale of 1 to 10, honestly, I'm gonna have to give this one a 7.5. It was good. Actually, no, let me take that back. I give it an 8. It was good to me. This has been one of the better episodes for me in a long time. So let's get going with it. We see Nick and Victoria. So Victoria has made it up in her mind. Why did I pick this picture of Victoria? I was wrong for that. Are you shady? Maybe. But Victoria has made it up in her mind that Sally not gonna work here no more. And so Nick is trying to understand, like, but why? What reason? What good reason do you have for firing Sally and bringing Nate in? And okay, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet for y'all. She say that Nate gonna be more loyal to her because he understands business, and she don't have time to be questioning if Sally gonna be loyal to her. And I said, ma'am, did we forget about Ashlyn? And she said, plus, I feel like your judgment is clouded with Ashlyn. No, the heck, Victoria did not. Oh my gosh. I was sitting here watching this get livid. Livid. Who is Victoria to tell anyone she questions their judgment when it comes to business and being involved with a partner? Did we forget we just went through this with you with Ashlyn, Miss Ma'am? We just got out of the whole Ashlyn thing. Nick had to kill the man to get him off you. So who are you to say you don't trust his judgment when it comes to this whole Sally thing, and you don't think Sally will be loyal to you when Sally had the whole story, nothing but the whole story, and Adam was breathing down her neck, and was telling her, team up with me and let's expose this story. And she stayed loyal and didn't do it. And that was at the time when our girl Sally was really loving her some Adam, and she wanted to be with him, but she didn't do it. And so I'm sorry, you cannot tell me that disloyal Nate, who was over there about to backstab his family, giving away generational wealth, because that's exactly what he was doing. Anytime you give away your shares to your family's company just so you can get a CEO position that you might not have for more than 10 years, you're giving away generational wealth. So you was willing to take all that from Nate, and he was giving all that away from his family, backstabbing Lily and Devon. But he's gonna be loyal to you? He was doing that to his family, and you think because he was giving you the information that he's gonna have your back? And Nick said, girl, that don't even make sense. What you're saying doesn't make sense. And she said, well, Nate didn't give me up to Devon now. That don't make sense either, why he not giving them up. But it doesn't even matter. She had already made up her mind. And Victoria is doing this for all the wrong reasons. She's in this CEO positions, but she's making personal decisions. And Nick knows it, and she knows it too, because she always looking off to the distance. Please let Victoria get some type of payback. I mean, when does she ever get any type of payback? She just keeps getting to move on, jump into these relationships. They're disastrous, ruin, get in, sell the company away, like what she did with Ashlyn, like just darn near gave the company away, still get the company. When does she ever get any consequences for her actions? Not ever. Let's move on, because that really had me heated just watching it. I said, move on. Anyway, so we go to Adam and Connor, right? And Connor is in his costume, he'll kill a zombie and everything. And they're talking, they're enjoying themselves at Crimson Lights. And then we see that they're enjoying themselves at Crimson Lights and everything. So Connor's like, I'm ready to go to the party. He says, no, the party, that would be too early. They would put you to work. And plus, we want to wait for your mom to see you. I said, oh, so that's the problem. He don't want to see Chelsea because he is still ticked off at Chelsea. And and Adam says she's a little bit late. He said, oh, she's not coming. And if she does come, she's going to be late, and she's going to make an excuse saying she'll never do it again and then do it again. He said she don't care about nothing but Johnny. If Johnny got her all depressed, got her in the bed, she be in the bed at all the time. All she does is sleep and think about Johnny. I said, well, dang, Chelsea, you need to pull yourself together. So he's trying to defend Chelsea as best as he could. Adam is, and Sally comes up. So she and Connor start talking or whatever, and they having a cute little conversation. And she said, "What are the Newmans get? What are they giving away in the ranch?" And Adam said, "Toothbrushes. It's our year." And then Connor said, "Oh my gosh, no!" And Sally was like, "No." And Adam said, "Actually, I need to go to the store." But Sally already know he's going to check on Chelsea. So she says, Adam asked her, "Will you stay with Connor while I go and check while I go?" And she said, "Yeah." And so she and Connor are just bonding. They have a cute little conversation. He asks her about her favorite movies, and then he tells her, "You don't have to stay with me. I'm used to being alone." I said, "Chelsea, what you been doing over there with this young man?" Nothing. See, but that's what depression does to you. Like, you have to force yourself to, like, get out of bed and do things. I would love to see a storyline where they actually get Chelsea help for this instead of just making her spiral. Okay, so he says, I'm used to taking care of myself, and I know you're just doing this, but you and my dad are not friends, and I don't want you to just feel like you have to do this." And she said, "Yeah, your dad and I, we might disagree, and we might not be together, but we're still friends, and I want to be with you." So they're having a good conversation, and Chelsea comes up, and she sees. Oh, excuse me. I am jumping forward. So they're just having a cute conversation. Then we go to Chelsea, and she's been in bed. Like, Chelsea been in bed. She hasn't gotten any messages because she's not answering her phone. And then Adam shows up, and he's like, "Hey, I just wanted to check on you." And she looks at her phone, and she was like, "Oh my God, I'm late." And so Adam, he wasn't a jerk or anything about it. He just said, "Go ahead and get dressed and we can go." He asked her, "Was she okay?" And she said, "Yeah, she's good." He said, "Well, hurry up so we can meet Connor." And she says, "I'm so sorry." He said, "It's cool, Chelsea. Next time, if you get tired," because she said, "I just went to sleep," which is what Connor says. She sleeps all the time. He said, "Just give us a heads up so we can know how to move. We could have adjusted our schedules." She said, "Okay." And so then they go to Crimson Lights. And so Chelsea sees Sally and Connor, and he is just vibrant with Sally. He's talking, he's, cracking jokes, they're laughing, they're high fiving, they're having a good time. And then Chelsea comes up, and baby, Connor shuts down. But it's like, on one hand, he wants to see his mom, but on another hand, he's upset because he feels like he's not good enough anymore. She has to have this relationship with Johnny. And y'all know how kids be jealous. And so she's trying to talk to him and everything, but he's shutting down. And so they say, "Let's go take pictures." And so they're about to take pictures. And Nick comes into Crimson Lights, and he says, "Hi, Uncle Nick." And Nick is like, "Hey, I think that's so cute. Like, when you get to see the families interact." And so they leave. And so Nick sits down with Sally because he got to break the news, because Victoria asked him, "Do you want to tell her or me?" And he said he would be the one to tell Sally that she and Chloe are fired. So then we see Lily and Billy. And baby, why did this end up being a mess? So he's like, "Thank you for not telling Jill yet about me stepping down." And Lily's being very passive aggressive. She's pretty much telling Billy, "Yeah, because I mean, it's not that big of a deal." And so he sees Connor. This was before Chelsea and Sally and all them came. He saw Connor, and he was just like, "Man, I know it's hard on him. He's not taking it well. Johnny's not taking it well." And Lily was like, "Well, kids." So they sit down and have a conversation about children, and everything about how, to take how holding information isn't always the best thing, and how, you have to talk to them and have to be sensitive. This is a sensitive subject, and they have to just take into account Connor and Johnny's feelings. And then he worries about Chelsea because he says, "I know Johnny wants nothing to do with her. Connor feels like she's leaving him for Johnny, so I'm worried about her." So, but anyways, Lily is talking to him, and he says he'll go back to the office, and she tells him, "No, you don't have to go back to the office." Look, he still has a COO position, but she's pretty much kicking him out. Because he's okay, how you can give your 2 weeks notice, but they don't have to honor your 2 weeks notice. They can say, "Okay, you can go ahead and leave. We don't have to honor this. Go ahead and leave." That's what she's doing. And so then we see Nate. He tries to call Devon. Devon is not answering. And then we see Billy shows up to Nate's. And he says, "You came to give me more of a tongue lashing." And Billy's like, "No." He said, "But because I realized how big of a screw up you have to be to screw up worse than me. He said, I've done it all. He said, but I also remember what it was like working for a company and with family. And, it's one of the reasons why I left Jabot. So I want you to make this right. You got to reach out. You got to apologize, because at the end of the day, Nate feels like Nate was coming across like I've done nothing wrong. Excuse me. He was coming across at first as like I've done nothing wrong. Then he came across as, well, I'm not going to be the only one that takes the blame on this. Devon might not have heard your ideas, but you tried to sell their company. Y'all ain't equal. You know what I mean? Y'all are not equal on this. Sorry, I had to hiccup, but I stopped it. Y'all are not equal. You tried to take away their family legacy. What are you talking about? But Billy told him, yeah, an apology would be first, and it would probably work the best. Instead of trying to find out who is more to blame, just apologize and work it out. And I know Lily will be happy. So then Billy goes over to Lily, and he's at the office, and she said, what are you doing here? He said, okay, I'm going to take that you didn't mean it the way that sounded. And he tells her that he went and talked to Nate. And Lily was just like, you don't want to be a part of this company, so don't be a part of this company and stay out of my family business and my company's business. And I mean, that's what she said. At the end of the day, I could go, okay. So Billy tries to explain to her, I was just trying to help out. I was just trying to make things better for you and Nate. She says, no, you're just doing this because you feel guilty that you're leaving the company. Well, if he feels guilty and that's your partner, help him. Like, I'm so sick of Lily, y'all. I am so sick of Lily. She is so selfish. She thinks she knows so much about business. You're the reason you darn near had your company taken from under you in the first place, because you are the one who wanted to merge these companies. You are the one who wanted to bring Nate on. You're the one who wanted to do the IPO. And now you still want to do the IPO. And it's like, I don't know. Child, move on. And that's what we're going to do. Because she's acting like a complete shrew about this. So then Nate talks to Devon, and Devon is just like, Nate tells him, I'm sorry. I just wanted to, in all of the name calling we said, and we hit below the belt, I just want to let you know that I'm sorry. And so Devon said, yeah, because you said some things about Neil. And he said, maybe it is true. He said, but I didn't know what to do. I tried to guide you the way Neil guided me and give you the advice that I thought Neil would have given you if he were still here. He was like, yeah, I probably do miss my dad and everything. And so Devon was just like, but what you did, that's unforgivable. And he said, but if you are sorry and you want to make this right, tell me who the CEO was. And Devon said, what does that matter? You guys can, I'm no longer with the company. I can't give away my shares. He says, you don't know if they're going to still make a play for us. So tell me who it is. And Devon won't say, Nate won't say who the CEO was. He won't give Victoria up. And so Devon said, if you're really sorry and you want to make this right, I need a name. And Nate won't do it. So he says, all right then. And Devon is done with Nate. That's it. He's done. So then we see Victoria has Nate come over, and she tells him she wants to make him the CEO of Chancellor Newman. Chancellor Newman Media. But y'all know Sally is supposed to get a COO job, I do believe. So I don't know what's going to happen to Chloe. But anyways, guys, that was Young and the Restless today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, I am going live on Friday at 7 p.m. Central. That is 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and 5 p.m. on the West Coast. I will be going live. I will be I'll have a topics we can speak on. Well, we'll be speaking on soaps, but I'll have a topic that I have in mind, and you guys can call in and give your opinions and everything on that. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.